you know, going over the tag, I already know what I'm gonna do, Yoniversary 3, because we came up with the tag Yoniversary. So we do Yoniversary 2 for my second Annie, and then we'll use Yoniversary 3 for the Anniversary 3. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking of Sunday. Sunday we show the Enchantress dress for YouTube. And then I show that video on stream and then we talk about it, all that jazz. I might have it like on my room or something. Yeah, that's a thing streamers do. Yeah. And then, yeah, maybe either go over the tag or just a post anniversary stream. Like I said, I want to do that 3 wishes thing where I ask y'all for 3 wishes. What do you want from me before the next anniversary? Hopefully before the end of the year, but it depends what you guys want. And it can't be a day off or it can't involve time off. It has to be a certain kind of content that you would like from me, whether it's like a dream cover or like a stream you want me to do, or do you want me to go somewhere and vlog? Like, what do you want? Day off does not fucking count. 3 more wishes, sleeping stream. I already do that though. But we're gonna get all those anyway. Prefer to the day off? No. But I'm really happy. It's gonna come here on time. I do. Let me check something else though. I'm really hoping one other thing will be done, but I don't know. We'll see. I might bug staff about it again right now. No, don't. I will not. Oh, but I want to. Chatta, I still want my outfit. I still want my outfit. But I understand. I'm such a butthole, dude. I'm such a butthole. That's okay. We gotta see. I'm happy because even I was like, oh, I don't have anything for the anniversary, but I think we actually do have a good chunk of stuff for the anniversary. I think we got the that will be done by then. Hopefully the video's done. We're just getting the mixing done very last minute, and now we have the Enchantress dress. So I'm happy. I might do a Q&A the day before I don't know. It might be too much anniversary things. Maybe. I kind of want to do either a Q&A maybe the day before, like Thursday, and then the
Chat. I can't tell if like
that. But we'll see.
my stream kicked the bucket.
Trying to do purple. What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Your anxiety ruins my wish. Does it involve other people? Where'd it come? There's no such thing as too much for the anniversary. Well, no, because at first I thought I didn't have anything, but I'm like, wait, I think I have some things. Say the C word loud and proud. No, I'm not ready to say it. Workout stream, jumping jacks, push-ups, and squats. See, I want something more higher, something like, I don't know, like a project kind of thing. But I guess that's more for me, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Shakes my head, chat. Oh, the anniversary is on the 25th of July, so in like 19 days. Oh shit, I do not have time to do that other stuff. Ooh, I gotta get a move on. Review grand products. That's what I plan to do Sunday. I plan to go over the tag and stuff. I gotta post the tag first. Oh, and then I have the wallpaper from my mama. That should be done, before then. For those who don't know, every year I commission my mama, Reason Mama, to make me a special anniversary wallpaper for you guys. So that's something that I've done every single year. And let me see, I love all of them. They're all so amazing. Ah, there's a bug in my room. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill it. Let me see. Where's my other anniversaries? Where is it? Okay, so this is my first year anniversary wallpaper. Fucking beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? And then I noticed my mama's art style definitely evolved over the years. Let me see. So I love that one so much. And then my mama did this really pretty one. Because I wanted to go for like a lunar princess vibe for this one. And then my mama did that one. And then this year, I let you guys pick the theme. I let you guys pick the theme Rave Queen. So it's really, really cute. I'm really excited with how that one turned out. Your mama cracked out on your first any art. Insane. Serena! I love that one. That one will always be my favorite. I think my mama's style has definitely evolved as well. But the first one will always hit a special. Oh, sorry, Rave Queen, Raver, because yeah, I let you guys pick the theme for the next wallpaper for this anniversary, and Chapel picked like Raver Girl or like Party Girl kind of thing, and it's really, really cute. It's very different from these ones, but it's very, very cute. I hope you guys like it. It is normal for our style to change over the time. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. So,
Okay, chat, never mind. I see it.
Now I feel better because, like, at first, like, especially with outfit debut.
Maybe
stuff,
it's choppy.
I
Maybe.
I didn't really have much for the anniversary.
But
I'm
comfortable with it.
I mean, obviously not like a lot, but I think I have things for you. I adore the cheer wallpaper. I love that one too. That one was so fire, man. I'm so excited about Scarlet turning 3. I'm turning 3. Your lucky year 3 is a lucky number in a lot of Asian countries. Really, it is. Oh my goodness. Hello. I'm gonna.
Oh, that's cute. My quality is not good for the stream. It needs to refresh. Or am I able to increase it? Quality bad. Quality bad. I think it refreshed itself. I don't know why she wanted to join the corpos. She's doing so great indie. What more does she want? Plus, she's always sick. But I guess in those cases, obviously, you're already doing good, but you're not. It's a lot of work for one person. Megalodon is doing great. But then we wouldn't have the Mommy Mega website.
The scene kicks off with Kakashi, Ino, Choji, and Shikamaru tracking down Team 10's biggest op, Kakuzu and Hidan. As you can see, we got a much better squad on the scene this time. Much better might be a stretch, but it's an upgrade for sure. I don't know what kind of perk 50 Tsunade was on while making that C-tier 4-man squad, but she basically set them up for failure. If I was Shikamaru after that gruesome showdown, as soon as I touched back down in the league, I would have bum-rushed Tsunade's office and knocked every blonde hair follicle out her head. But instead, like the wise man he is, he put all of his energy into getting his get back. As Kakuzu and Hidan continue to walk towards the lead, Ino manages to use her mind transfer jutsu on a hawk to pinpoint their exact location. And just like that, they now have the drop on the zombie combo. So Shikamaru wastes no time putting that big brain of his to use. As Kakuzu and Hidan continue to walk, Shikamaru tries to discreetly extend his shadow stitches to trap both of them. Unfortunately for Shikamaru, they immediately feel his presence and jump out the way. But as soon as they land, 2 paper bombs come raining down down on them. Hidan blocks one with his sight while Kakuzu blocks the other with his hardened arm. But before they could even retaliate, Shikamaru jumps in the air and throws 2 more paper bombs in their direction. So of course, they instinctually dodge it. But to both of their surprise, the paper bombs didn't detonate at all. And that is when they realize they've been got. Yes, sir, let's go. See, that's too easy. Now, as happy as I was watching this, I was still in no mood to celebrate. All I desperately wanted was for Shikamaru to finish the job with a quickness. But this nigga must have not learned from the last time, because homeboy hit the same cocky smirk he did when he thought he had Hidan the first time. He then jumps down and starts explaining to them how he was able to trap them by using his chakra blades and aiming it at their shadow so that it could absorb their chakra and yada yada yada. Now this is cool and all, but Shikamaru, respectfully, shut the fuck up. We not trying to hear that, bro. You should be rearranging this man's face right about now. No long talking, just straight mink, mink, mink. This man had Asuma unconscious with his booty tooted up in the air. There should be no smiling. You're not mad enough for me right now. After explaining his whole game plan, Shikamaru removes the chakra blades, then proceeds to hit Hidan with his shadow possession jutsu. He forces Hidan to walk to his site, then pick it up. Then out of nowhere, Shikamaru starts running, forcing Hidan to charge at Kakuzu with this sight. But hold up, how he go from shaking like he got Parkinson's to full on running at top speed? Every time he gets one of them in a shadow possession jutsu, it looks like he's struggling to even make them move an inch. But now he's sprinting like he's Noah Lyles? That doesn't make sense, but you know what? I'ma let it slide. After grabbing his sight and running towards Kakuzu, Hidan finally jumps up and gets ready to take off his head. But right as Hidan swings his sight, Kakuzu manages to duck out the way. Oh my lord, these niggas got a counter for everything. It turns out Kakuzu's arm is able to move independently from his body. This man hit his hand underground during the explosion, then used it to remove the chakra blade that had him stuck. Now we're stuck watching this man reconnect his nasty ass arm. Cameraman had this symbiote twerking in my face for a good 10 seconds. We did not need to see this. Shikamaru also must have been traumatized by that sight, because he wasted no time and quickly rushed at Kakuzu while rapidly swinging his sight. Kakuzu continues to dodge the blows, but his back eventually gets pinned to a tree. And that is when Captain Obesity comes crashing down on Kakuzu's head with his spiky human boulder. Choji then comes sliding out of the dust, and now they're waiting for all the debris to clear. But to absolutely nobody's surprise, that shit didn't even make a scratch. Of all the people on this squad, you must have been out of your mind if you thought it was gonna be Choji to make the first dent. Absolutely not. Now Kakuzu's explaining to them that his special ability is being able to harden his body when needed. So to put it short and sweet, physical attacks are essentially useless on him. But mid-explanation, Kakashi pulls up out of nowhere and puts a Chidori in his back. You see, this is what I'm talking about. People often underestimate the element of surprise. Stop letting these niggas get full-on TED Talks in, especially when you're working with a time-sensitive jutsu such as Shikamaru. Kakashi can see that Shikamaru's grasp on Hidan is slowly slipping away, so he knows he has to act fast. Kakuzu, with Kakashi's arm still in his chest meat, continues to grunt and moan for a bit longer until finally he drops to his knees and collapses on the ground. As big of a victory as this was, there's still no time to celebrate. Kakashi knows Hidan's also not one to mess with, so he quickly boots up his Chidori and runs towards him. But right before he could call game, this green-eyed zombie freak kicks Kakashi in his ribcage, sending him crashing into a tree. Like, how? They can't keep getting away with this. They just won't die. Kakashi just Chidori'd this man through the heart. Even had that man groaning and moaning, and you're telling me he's still alive. And to make things even worse, this man rips off his robe and reveals this ungodly build. And now the demons are trying to claw their way out of his body. Bro, look at their faces. They're traumatized. Got my man Choji in the back reconsidering his life choices. I feel him though. A sight like this would have had me passing around my resume to every shop and restaurant in the league. This shinobi lifestyle is not for me. The demons finally break free from Kakuzu's back, and now we see 4 giant black blobs posted up behind him. What the f even are these? Nigga, is that Babadook? Are those Shinigamis? What am I looking at?
Babadook is a good call.
Jutsu finally wears off, and just like that, the zombie duo now has the advantage. But to everyone's surprise, before they could even start throwing hands, the demon with the mask that Kakashi broke suddenly collapses. So now Kakashi knows how to take them down. Just as Kakashi begins to formulate a plan on how to beat this man, Hidan comes charging in at full force, swinging his scythe at him in every which way. Kakashi manages to block and evade all of his attempts to draw some blood, but that's when this Babadook Kakuzu comes flying in out of nowhere, then hits both Hidan and Kakashi with a wind-style pressure damage jutsu. That jutsu was so strong that it causes this huge tornado-like wind, destroying all the trees around it. But that was just the beginning. Kakuzu then uses another one of his Babadooks to boot up this nasty lightning blast, which he sends right at Shikamaru and Choji. Shikamaru tries to stop the blow, but he was just too slow. Nigga whipped out a scroll talking about some, oh no, too late. Brother, what was your plan here? Cause you were definitely watching him charge up that attack for a hot minute. You even whipped out the scroll in anticipation of the attack. So how were you too late? But you know what? I guess quick reflexes isn't really his strong suit. Right before the lightning blast could turn them into bacon, Kakashi jumps in the way and saves them from the devastating blow. I don't even gotta gas him up for real. This just what he do. It's another day in the office for him. Kakashi really the least
Okay, let me
MVP, but
focus
y'all
on
not ready to have that conversation. My man just jumped in front of 200,000 gigawatts of lightning just to save these ninjas.
I kinda got everything I need.
That's a stand-up guy right there. But
All I
you
need
can
to do is
low-key
wait
tell
for
that
Kalani
he's
to
getting
get
a
back
little
from the
pissed
shop.
off
Then
from
video
carrying
game
the
time
team
is
now. Cause
closed.
Ino's ditzy self finally comes out of her hiding spot just to ask him if he's alright. So Kakashi says in the most annoyed way ever, well, I'm still standing. Now to a normal person, that answer might have not raised any red flags, but I have a keen ear for passive-aggressive undertone and sarcasm, so let me provide you with the translation. Are you alright? No, I'm not alright. You see me fighting for my life against these heathens and you over here still hiding in the trees. Pitch in. Now after a few more seconds of staring each other down, Kakuzu finally breaks the silence and says, you saw through the jutsu with your Sharingan, but what about this next one? Then one of his Babadooks steps forward, opens his mouth, and begins to hit them with the most intense fire-style jutsu I've ever seen. That jutsu was so strong they were too stunned to move. They eventually all managed to jump out the way and take cover, but Kakashi doesn't even get the chance to land because Hidan's already on his ass. Kakashi blocks his first swing, then the second. He dodges the third blow by jumping back, then weaves one of his kicks. Hidan tries to catch him off guard with another swing to the face, but Kakashi blocks both attempts, then jumps over the third. Now Hidan really got Kakashi on his heels. You can tell Kakashi's only priority is not to get hit with his blade. They finally separate, and that's when Hidan gives Kakashi a backhanded compliment talking about some, boy, you really are good. Yeah, he really is good, and you gonna learn today. The fuck did you think this was? You thought he was sorry? He not awesome. Hey, okay, alright, that was my bad. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
You need to leave.
Comes to an end, and now Kakashi and Team 10 are all huddled up, strategizing their next move. After taking into account everything that's happened so far, Shikamaru is able to conclude that Kakuzu has 5 hearts and each mass represents 1. And of course, this completely checks out, hence why the first Babadook died from the lightning blade. Kakuzu then reveals that all 5 hearts are from ninjas he's defeated, which also makes sense as to why the Babadooks have such a different yet strong chakra natures. But the conversation quickly takes a disrespectful turn when Hidan interrupts and says, you leaf ninja bury your dead or what? Knowing Kakuzu, he'll totally want us to go digging up for that cash cow of his. Now that comment specifically was enough to get all of them fuming, but Hidan didn't stop there.
It was already a downer though. Seriously, that guy with the beard went down like it was nothing, you know? You must have been his students then, huh? With a loser like that guy teaching you, you're pretty much screwed.
And that one right there really struck a chord, especially with Choji. That boy's face turned red as a tomato. He was ready to crash out for sure, but they managed to hold him back. That was until he done said, you're not all bent out of shape over that chump. Fatso. Hey, I can't lie. That was a good one right there. I might have to add that to the collection. Who said bent out of shape? Get it? Because he's morbidly obese, like he not in shape. He can't run. That comment was Choji's last straw because he breaks free from Shikamaru's grasp and charges at him. Look at that boy, smiling ear to ear, getting ready to taste some of his blood. That junk probably tastes like Skittles, cupcakes, and Doritos. He can't wait. But right before he could get a sample, Shikamaru uses his shadow possession jutsu to stop him dead in his tracks. So Hidan jumps up to chop him in half, but Kakashi meets him in the air and blocks him with his kunai. So Hidan quickly kicks Kakashi to the ground, and now he shifts his focus onto Kakashi again. Shikamaru then releases his hold on Choji and chews him out for being so careless. But my attention was very much elsewhere. Peep the sound he makes when he falls to the ground after being released. Wait, brother.
Fun. Scarlet right? No, she's just talking about the model. Cool beans.
Brother, how are we supposed to take you seriously and you doing shit like this? You deserve every insult that's ever been thrown at you. I just want you to know that. After briefly getting chewed out by Shikamaru, he turns around only to be met with Kakazu's meat right in his face. So he gets up and tries to hit Kakazu with a fat punch, but Kakazu catches it, flings it away, punches the food particles out his mouth, gives him one to the gut, and elbows him so hard that he goes flying into a tree. Now getting done up like this was bad, but it happens to the best of shinobi from time to time, so he could have lived that down. But this next part proved that Choji does not have that dog in him, nor a cat. He got an obese dwarf hamster in him at best. This man Kakazu teleports in front of Choji, and once he looks up to see who's in front of him, this was his response. Are you not embarrassed? Have you no shame? Bro, look! He look like he about to piss his pants. This is beyond no aura. This man is in aura debt. He gotta file for aura bankruptcy after this. This was tragic. Shoot, almost made me stop the vid here. But you know I had to thug it out for y'all. And just for that, y'all already know what to do. Bro, you see the timestamp on this video. You know I was working double overtime in that kitchen. Run the like and hit that subscribe. Please and thank you. The cameraman then cuts back to Hidan still chasing down Kakashi, and boy is he making him sweat. Kakashi's still not even attempting to get some hits in, just straight blocks and dodges. 1 flip, 2 flip, 3 flips. This is not the Olympics. Nigga wanna be Simone Biles so bad. He eventually takes one huge jump to put some distance between him and Hidan, but while up there he's instantly met with a giant fireball from this Shinigami. It spams 3 more fireballs, but just like vegetables attempting to enter Choji's mouth, they all miss their target. Kakashi jumps onto another branch to try and catch his breath, but the lightning Babadook pops up behind him and tries to laser off his cheeks. Kakashi of course evades that attack too, and now he's free falling through the air. Before he could even touch the ground, the wind style Babadook comes flying in out of nowhere and starts firing off these demon breath blasts. Now I know I've had a lot to say about Danzo's old nigga hot breath jutsu before, but my mind can't even fathom what those smell like. You see the power and spice on those blows? I know that smell like some stuff I've never smelled before. Kakashi's probably out there getting a nose full of eternal damnation and tortured souls. Oh no. Fortunately enough, Kakashi used the falling debris around him to dodge the attack. But out of nowhere, Hidan then comes flying in to try and dig his scythe into his head, so Kakashi quickly jumped out the way. Now all the Babadooks are just punishing this man, just violating him. I mean straight raw dog, tag team, gang bang this, but somehow, some way, our MVP miraculously makes it out of the jumping alive. We then cut back to Choji getting dragged out of this circular indent he made in the tree earlier. Just look at him, man. His limp body just lying there looking pathetic as hell. But hold up though, why is he low-key caked up? That man got yams for days. Okay, BBL Choji. Kakashi then hardens his hand and gets ready to
These games are not downloaded fast at all, and I have an Ethernet cable with a whole completely undisturbed internet source plugged into it. It's so tragic.
pierce it through all 37 inches of Choji's blubber. But before he could make the incision, Ino quickly throws a kunai at him to distract him, and as soon as he dodges it, Shikamaru uses his shadow possession jutsu to try and capture him. So Kakazu turns around and starts moonwalking his way around his jutsu. The lightning Shinigami quickly rushes to Kakazu's aid by trying to strike him with lightning, but Shikamaru surprises us all and hits this clean dance revolution routine to evade all the lightning strikes. That boy did not miss a beat. I didn't even know he had those in him. While Shikamaru's still distracted, Kakazu extends his arm and grabs Ino and Choji by their neck, and now he's just slowly squeezing the life out of them, giving them that same no-name chokeout special. While they're over there struggling for air, Kakashi and Shikamaru are both just trying to stay out of the Babadook's grasp. That is until the ground. The wind-style Babadook comes flying in out of nowhere and starts firing off these demon breath blasts. Now I know I've had a lot to say about Danzo's old nigga hot breath jutsu before, but my mind can't even fathom what those smell like. You see the power and spice on those blows? I know that smell like some stuff I've never smelled before. Kakashi's probably out there getting a nose full of eternal damnation and tortured souls. Oh nah. Fortunately enough, Kakashi used the falling debris around him to dodge the attack. But out of nowhere, Hidan then comes flying in to try and dig his scythe into his head, so Kakashi quickly jumped out the way. Now all the Babadooks are just punishing this man, just violating him. I mean straight raw dog, tag team, gang bang this, but somehow, some way, our MVP miraculously makes it out of the jumping alive. We then cut back to Choji getting dragged like that of this circular indent he made in the tree earlier. Just look at him, man. His limp body just lying there looking pathetic as hell. But hold up though, why is he low-key caked up? That man got yams for days. Okay, BBL Choji. Kakuzu then hardens his hand and gets ready to pierce it through all 37 inches of Choji's blubber. But before he could make the incision, Hino quickly throws a kunai at him to distract him, and as soon as he dodges it, Shikamaru uses his shadow possession jutsu to try and capture him. So Kakuzu turns around and starts moonwalking his way around his jutsu. The lightning Shinigami quickly rushes to Kakuzu's aid by trying to strike him with lightning, but Shikamaru surprises us all and hits this clean dance revolution routine to evade all the lightning strikes. That boy did not miss a beat. I didn't even know he had those in him. While Shikamaru's still distracted, Kakuzu extends his arm and grabs Zeno and Choji by their neck, and now he's just slowly squeezing the life out of them, giving them that same no-name chokeout special. While they're over there struggling for air, Kakashi and Shikamaru are both just trying to stay out of the Babadook's grasp. That is until this fire style one hits Kakashi in his back, and now our goat is laid out on the branch. Shidan with his evil laugh slowly walks over to Kakashi, raises his sight, then chops Kakashi in half. But of course, with such an easy opening, it did not surprise me at all when it turned out to be a shadow clone. Shikamaru, now activating his WIQ, decides to spin back for Ino and the plate cleaner, then proceeds to use this scroll to summon
Chat, what's a WIQ? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Watching this the first time, his evil laugh slowly walks over to Kakashi.
Well, that's why I got captions. Let me see if that's what he actually said.
But of course, with such an easy opening, it did not surprise me at all when it turned out to be a shadow clone. Shikamaru, now activating his WIQ, decides to spin back for Ino and the plate cleaner, then proceeds to use this scroll to summon a bunch of water. Now I can't lie, I was confused watching this the first time, but then I remembered it's Shikamaru, so of course I had to let him cook. And boy did he cook up something delicious, because he ends up using Kakuzu's lightning Babadook against him. See, this is why I let Mr. Big Brain cook. I just know that tight ass ponytail is improving the blood flow to his brain. You see how he used the water to help electrocute him? Because the water conducts electricity by using Darwin's, Einstein's theory, both of their theories, with a neutron and electron. But real talk though, to all my science majors, wouldn't this move end up electrocuting Ino and Choji as well, since the human body can conduct electricity? But shit, what do I know? The only thing I remember from science is whatever Bill Nye taught me. Shikamaru ends up throwing a paper bomb kunai at Kakuzu, so Kakuzu ends up dropping the two bumps to save himself. And that is when Kakashi and Shikamaru rush in to save them. Now Kakashi and Shikamaru are mapping out what they should do next, and they eventually come to the conclusion that they need to split them up. Ino volunteers to take on the task of luring Hidan away from Kakuzu, but they may as well have just burst out laughing in her face, because Shikamaru wasted no time shutting that weak-ass idea down. You know good and well you couldn't handle that. Don't make me tally up everything you've done this fight, because your Tony Snell-ass stat line is not looking
not the Tony Snell.
4 screams and 3 gasps every fight. Please go sit down. Besides, Shikamaru ain't no wuss. This one's personal, so he knows he has to remember from science is whatever Bill Nye taught me. Shikamaru ends up throwing a paper bomb kunai at Kakuzu, so Kakuzu ends up dropping the two bumps to save himself. And that is when Kakashi and Shikamaru rush in to save them. Now Kakashi and Shikamaru are mapping out what they should do next, and they eventually come to the conclusion that they need to split them up. Ino volunteers to take on the task of luring Hidan away from Kakuzu, but they may as well have just burst out laughing in her face, because Shikamaru wasted no time shutting that weak-ass idea down. You know good and well you couldn't handle that. Don't make me tally up everything you've done this fight, because your Tony Snell-ass stat line is not looking pretty. Out here averaging 4 screams and 3 gasps every fight. Please go sit down. Besides, Shikamaru ain't no wuss. This one's personal, so he knows he has to be the one to finish him off. Before he heads out to take care of business, Kakashi hands him something which he quickly puts in his pocket. And if you're like me, I know your nosy self was zooming into every pixel to see what was in his hand. But in the words of the legend himself,
that's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Shikamaru slowly walks towards them, then proceeds to blitz Hidan with his shadow possession jutsu, but Hidan quickly jumps out the way. Kakashi soon joins in on the action by jumping in front of Kakuzu and attempting to slice him open several times. And after all these missed swings, Kakuzu blocks Kakashi's blow, forcing him to drop the kunai. And now the two of them are really throwing hands. This that S-tier hand-to-hand combat right here. Kakashi never disappoints. Even Hidan couldn't stop watching. That is until Shikamaru tries to rush him with his shadows again. Kakashi and Hidan are still down there going blow for blow in the water. Chonkla's drenched as hell. But if the wet feet wasn't annoying enough, Hidan finally gets him with the leg sweep, but he misses with the right foot head stomp. Hidan tries to leg sweep him again, but Kakashi's not falling for that twice, so he jumps in the air. But Kakuzu extends his symbiotic arm, grabs his ankle, smashes him into the ground twice, then throws him into a tree. He then rushes right towards him, and now Kakashi's fighting this man while walking backwards up a tree. Kakuzu definitely had the upper hand. That is until Kakashi weaves this punch, then kicks him to the opposite side. Look at him, had that boy lost. nothing is over there. Kakuzu tries to recover by hitting him with a backhand, but Kakashi leaves it and kicks him off the tree. He teleports to him and tap dances on his pelvis for a second. Then he grabs him and hits him with a spinning brainbuster into the ground. But sadly, it was just a water clone. We then cut back to Hidan, and this man Shikamaru still got him running from his jutsu until he whips a chakra blade at him with one of his shadow stitches, forcing him to jump. But little did Hidan know he had a second one to throw. So while he's in the air still, he whips the other chakra blade at Hidan's shadow. And from the looks of it, that man is cooked. There is no way he can recover from this. What is he gonna do? Jump in midair? We finally got his ass. This man really dug his sight into the tree, then used it as a platform. I can't even get that mad. This was low-key cold. But right as I began to lose hope, this man Shikamaru comes running up the tree ready to punch the teeth out of his mouth. Yeah, dude, that's what the I'm talking about. Who said my boy just a camper? He really Mayweather with his jump.
He really
does get blocked, but it doesn't matter because the shadow possession jutsu is now complete. So Shikamaru wastes no time and sprints towards the forest. He eventually stops and starts throwing a bunch of kunais with paper bombs and strings attached to them. But not too long after that, we see Shikamaru's shadow possession jutsu wear off. So like the fiend he is, Hidan manically sprints over to Shikamaru with his rod withdrawn and slices his cheek open. He then licks the tip and begins his transformation. Now this was about the time I was expecting Shikamaru's plan to kick in. But then we get this shot of his face and my stomach immediately sank. Why does he look this worried? Is he cooked for real? Hidan stabs his hand, begins to draw his blood circle on the ground, and now his preparations are complete. He raises his rod in the air the same way he did to finish Asuma off, then shoves that junk through his stomach. And that is when Shikamaru starts moaning and groaning. I almost shed a tear. It sounded just like Asuma. My impatient ass couldn't wait any longer. Let me know what the plan is before I tweak out. But nope, my wish was not granted, and this man falls to the ground. Hidan starts to let his guard down and begins to turn around to walk back to Kakuzu. But before he could even fully take a step, Shikamaru gets up and slices his neck meat open. He realizes he didn't cut deep enough though, so he quickly restrains him with his shadow strangle jutsu. And this is when he explains his whole plan from start to finish. To put it into as little words as possible, Shikamaru fed Hidan Kakuzu's blood instead of his. Hence why Kakuzu was clutching his chest like me after a Harvey's bacon cheeseburger combo with extra bacon instead of Shikamaru. It turns out the object that Kakashi passed him earlier was a blood sample from Kakuzu that Kakashi managed to get earlier when he stabbed Kakuzu with his lightning blade. And to complete the last stage of their plan, Shikamaru put the blood on Hidan's blade and the rest was history. Now, as impressive as this was, in the words of Kobe Bean Bryant, job not finished. I'm not giving him no props until that man is dead. And from the looks of it, it seems like Hidan won't be put to rest just yet, because he somehow manages to resist Shikamaru's shadow strangle jutsu, then starts chatting his ear off about Lord Jashin while raising that rod to put it right through his back. But before he could finish sucking the skin off of Lord Jashin's Johnson, Shikamaru sticks out his hand like PG hitting that half-court three, then hits him with this Miles Morales, nah, I'ma do my own thing ass ball. He talking about some
Thanks anyway, but I can save myself.
He then hits Hidan with the shadow pull jutsu, and now he's wrapped in all these paper bombs. After making sure the cameraman secured the IG flick, he throws his sword at this marking in the ground, and soon the ground begins to crumble below Hidan. He continues to put on this tough guy act, but his ego is quickly shattered when Shikamaru tells him that only members of his clan are allowed in here. So honestly, it doesn't matter if he's eternal. Once you step foot in this forest, they could watch you for eternity. Shikamaru finally attempts to complete about Lord Jashin while raising that rod to put it right through his back. But before he could finish sucking the skin off of Lord Jashin's Johnson, Shikamaru sticks out his hand like PG hitting that half-court three, then hits him with this Miles Morales, nah, I'ma do my own thing ass ball. He talking about some
Thanks anyway, but I can save myself.
He then hits Hidan with the shadow pull jutsu, and now he's wrapped in all these paper bombs. After making sure the cameraman secured the IG flick, he throws his sword at this marking in the ground, and soon the ground begins to crumble below Hidan. He continues to put on this tough guy act, but his ego is quickly shattered when Shikamaru tells him that only members of his clan are allowed in here. So honestly, it doesn't matter if he's eternal. Once you step foot in this forest, they could watch you for eternity. Shikamaru finally attempts to complete the last stage of his plan, but he's unable to get Asuma's lighter to work. That is until the ghost of Asuma taps Shikamaru on his shoulder and says, let's smoke on that Hidan X Lord Jashin pack together. And finally the lighter lights. So Shikamaru slowly walks over to Hidan and hits us with another pair of beautiful bars before tossing that lighter at his forehead.
It's the will of fire. The will to protect our village.
What a G. He didn't even take a step back, just straight watch the explosion happen right in front of his eyes. It doesn't get any more gangster than that. After basking in the moment for a bit longer, he walks over to the deep hole and sees Hedon's dismembered body at the bottom. But of course, this annoying ass pest is still alive. He's still going on about joshing this, joshing that, but Shikamaru puts him in checkmate with this bar right here.
Right now, the god you should be worried about isn't your stupid Joshin or anyone else. It's me, because I'm the one who's about to pass judgment.
Then he throws his paper bomb kunai into the hole, and as it explodes, all the rubble falls on top of him while he's still giving his Joshin speech. But the rubble finally settles, and our ears are met with a peaceful silence, thus marking the end of a legendary battle. Overall, a double S tier fight.
Hey, what about Hidon and Kakashi?
Boy, if you don't... Look, that man had 4 more hearts left. His fight would have been a whole nother 20 minutes.
And who computer I'ma edit that on?
Because I'ma tell you right now, the one sitting in front of me does not have the capacity.
I don't usually do part 2s, and I'd say I'm a pretty generous guy.
But I'm not Oprah Winfrey generous.
That Kakashi and Naruto versus Kakazu fight will have to wait. Cause how the hell Naruto gonna pull up after 50 minutes of action, then take another 20 to pack him up?
Oh, nah, they're getting their own video.
But anywho, a capital W fight nonetheless.
Kakashi did what he needed to do as usual, boxing against unfair odds.
Choji and Ino really just pulled up for moral support. And of course, our Ghost Shikamaru pulled off the get back of the century, giving Hidon what he deserved
while stamping himself as a certified don.
I don't really wanna know. Shorty telling me her name.
Good job. Scarl.
Am I okay? I'll go to bed, okay, Tim. As usual. Thank you for everything. Go to bed, okay. Okay. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep before I end. I'm gonna sleep before I end stream. I'm gonna end stream before I sleep. Okay. Love you, but you need to send you please. That's fine. Thank you.
Funny.
Yeah. As usual, for this morning, have a good morning, have a good breakfast. And it is lunch, have a good lunch, have a good afternoon. If it is evening, have a good dinner. It is not. Thank you.
I vote we stay.
Okay.
I'm the little red devil.
Again, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. So much. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Chapel. Bye-bye.
Dang, I'm only 2 months. I thought I was 3 at least. Crazy. Alright. So it's saying, please sleep.
Oh, I can get rid of it. I don't either, chat. Yeah. Again, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you so much for hanging guys later, chat.
Oh. Two years is a kiss? Oh my gosh. I thought 2 years was new members, bro. I was in the member stream and there was so many kisses. Everyone was a kiss and there was like 2 wands and that was me and someone else. I thought me and the other person was there longer. Man, the kisses are years? Oh, that's crazy. And this... Ooh.
Sorry. I fell asleep.
Scarlet, I'm still chained. Let me go. Never. Let's do some advertising in the late evening. I don't know where my other phone is.
Oh my god. Sorry, I keep falling asleep. I will end stream. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you so much. I'll see you later. Bye, chat. Bye. I will pass out, bro. I will pass out, bro.
Wait, no, kick me out. She got buffed.
Well, folks, it's about that time, and I got tagged this for today. And it says, would you rather have Omni-Man as a dad or Homelander? So the question is basically, would I rather have an indoctrinated father or be raised by a psychopath? Despite everything we know about Nolan, for the most part, he was a pretty good father. Even if it felt like he was playing a role up to this point, he still taught Mark values like discipline and respect. And for the most part, how to actually really be a hero. It didn't seem like he was a bad teacher. It's just you're being raised by a hardened centuries-old warrior who was raised in a society of nothing but violence. But because of you, he learned that empathy is not a weakness. But even after everything, Mark still couldn't hate his dad because there were a lot of good moments still with him. And you had characters like Oliver who only knew the good side of Omni-Man. But Homelander doesn't really care about family. It's just another measure of control and being loved. Being raised by Homelander is basically, it's my way or the highway. Homelander could never be a good father because he has the innate need to be loved programmed into him. So if he doesn't get that, he lashes out like a big ass baby, then starts to break down, then starts doing crazy shit. Could never have this monster as a father. Omni-Man all day. Well, folks,
they're back. I can feel all my powers returning to me. Now I'm going to make you...
I need to not pick up my phone. I'll go straight to airplane mode. Find something to do. I know
This song go kind of hard. Wait a minute.
but my third eye is going blind. I'm on a line with my body and mind.
Wait, what is this?
I say I'm fine, but really it's hurting me deep inside. Cause I've been dreaming about you. Ooh,
Wait, Chad. What is this?
I've been wishing.
First, let me like this. Airplane mode, limbo. "100 greatest Christmas songs ever." Why is that just like up here? Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's good.
What does a lifetime warranty mean? At Harbor Freight?
Oh, so clicking on that just takes me out of here. I don't even have the opportunity to fight for my last spot.
Okay, so you know.
Shut.
Well, folks, it's about that time. Right here. Worst one on this list has definitely got to be the Batman the Brave and the Bold version. They had this man using beam attacks from his belt, so it just looks like he's just pissing lasers everywhere. That's not Firefly, that's the frequent flyer. Next up is the new Batman animated series version, because this guy just looks like a Power Rangers villain minion. Like, there is nothing intimidating about this man, and they make it quite clear in every scene. Like, his suit just screams, I'm a D-list villain. Now, next up is definitely a clean design for him in the Arkham Knight, because bro was basically Deadpool with a flying jetpack and a flamethrower. Looking back on it now, he kind of looks like Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. But I gotta put his ass at 2 because this is one of the most annoying villains to fight in this game. Maybe if I didn't have to chase his ass across the entire city in this goddamn Batmobile for an hour and a half, I would like him more. Now, the Batman's version of Firefly had that shit on. You cannot tell me that this is not the coolest version of him. From his suit to his combat, everything was dope. Then he turned into Phosphorus later. Yeah, he's definitely the best. Well, folks, it's about that time. They got tagging this one today. This is, which is the best adaptation?
Okay.
The special juice.
Today's I made the best fences you'll ever see. On today's episode, I met a method actor playing Octane. Hello, dear. I made the best fences you'll ever see, and my production budget left me bankrupt. Let's see here. Watson got a buff, did she? Yeah, I'm not reading any of that garbage out. Let's just hot drop and get wrecked until I figure it out. Diving towards my inevitable doom in Broken Moon, I was eager to find out if my least played legend would soon become my most played. But other squads landed with us in a bid to crush my dreams. Yes, Pathfinder, yes! The battle for... wait, what's this place called? Terrible name. Anyway, the battle for the core had only just begun. I used my fences to safely heal. No one could touch me here, and our next plan... Oh yeah, I suppose they could just walk behind me and put a hole in the back of my skull. That works. And I silently muttered to myself, no, you're not upsetting me today, Apex. Not today. To Kings Canyon we flew, and I...
That's enough, that's enough. So far, so good. Alright. Just for the sake of sakes. Because I don't know what I'm finna try to do. I'll end. Maybe do something later. Watch some YouTube videos.